Chapter 2. Fighting Spirit. Kevin sat on the edge of his bed, staring at the blank wall across from him like it owed him answers. The room around him was quiet, save for the occasional groan of the old building settling in its bones. Outside, rain tapped against the window in slow, rhythmic bursts, as if even the sky was too tired to cry properly. He hadn't turned on the light, didn't need to. The darkness matched the pressure behind his eyes. His hands trembled slightly, resting in his lap. Aubrey was alive this morning, laughing even, playing with that ragged little bear she called Mr. Tucker. Kevin swallowed hard. Then came the scream, the gunshot, the blood. Her father, the man Kevin couldn't stop seeing as his own. Same dead eyes, same damn cold pull of the trigger. He clenched his jaw and shook his head, but the memory refused to loosen its grip. He squeezed his eyes shut and tried to will it all away, but it only made the silence louder. Hours passed, or maybe it was minutes. Time felt like a broken thing in moments like these. And then, a sharp sound, like a zipper slicing through the fabric of reality. Kevin's head jerked up, his breath caught in his chest. The room folded inward. No light, no sound, just gone. In a blink, he wasn't sitting anymore. He stood in a vast, blinding white void. No walls, no sky, just endless light that felt wrong, like it was screaming in silence. A figure was suspended ahead of him, chained against nothing, its arms stretched wide. It was human-shaped, but not. Smooth, chalk-white skin, no eyes, no mouth, no face, just presence. Kevin didn't move, couldn't. Was he dreaming, dying, hallucinating? His breath echoed somehow. Then, the faceless figure lifted its head. Not physically, spiritually. Like it was aiming its essence right into his. And it spoke, not in words, but in weight. In a voice that vibrated through Kevin's ribs and pulled at his spine. "We have a duty." Kevin's body jerked. He was back, on his bed, in his room. Breathing hard, cold sweat rolled down his face. His chest rose and fell like he'd run a mile barefoot. Then he saw it, his dreads, tied up, with a green hair tie. His heart sank into his stomach. That was Aubrey's. She wore it earlier that day. He hadn't seen it since the shooting. Kevin slowly turned toward the corner of his room. Mr. Tucker, freshly washed, no blood, propped up, upright, silent, watching. He shot up from the bed like it was on fire, nearly tripping over himself as he stumbled to the door. No words, just instinct. He threw the door open, running into the hall barefoot and wide-eyed. "Wayne!" he shouted. His voice cracked against the hallway walls. "Wayne!" Because whatever that was, it wasn't grief, it wasn't trauma, it wasn't in his head. Wayne walked around the corner to see his brother frantic yet calm. He eyed the green rubber band holding Kevin's dreadlocks in place. It was such a small thing, but it spoke volumes about his brother's resolve. "Well," Wayne said with a faint smirk, "I see you mean business." Kevin lost the franticness in his voice and smiled for the first time since the murder, though it was faint and tinged with exhaustion. He was used to hiding his episodes. "I can't goof off all the time," he joked before reaching into his pocket and downing 2 white pills dry. Wayne looked at him a moment before resuming his search. He shook his head and began scanning the front porch as if searching for something. Kevin furrowed his brow. "What are you looking for?" Wayne didn't answer. Crouching down near a pile of old junk, he shifted a basketball aside, revealing a burlap sack hidden underneath. Kevin's eyes narrowed as Wayne pulled it out. He had never noticed it before. When Wayne opened the sack, Kevin's confusion turned to alarm. Inside were guns, several of them. Whoa! Whoa! Kevin stepped closer, his voice rising with shock and frustration. What the hell is this? I thought the plan was to find this guy and call the cops. And second, why the hell do you have a sack of guns hidden on the porch? Wayne calmly pulled out a pistol and began loading the clip with practiced ease. Why call the cops when we can just kill him ourselves? He said, his tone unsettlingly even. We aren't Batman, Kevin. This isn't some comic or manga. We don't have to let our villains live just so they can come back for another issue. He cocked the pistol with a sharp click. We kill him, and that ends it. Kevin stared at him, disbelief etched across his face. Wayne, I get that you're pissed. I am too, but we can't turn into them. Mom raised us better than this. He looked away for a moment, his voice softening. She wouldn't want this. After a deep breath, Kevin added, Let's just let the cops handle it, all right? Wayne studied his brother's face, his jaw tightening at the raw emotion he saw there. With a heavy sigh, he muttered, Fine, but I'm bringing this, just in case. He tucked the pistol into the waistband of his jeans. Kevin exhaled, shaking his head. You're impossible. Ignoring him, Wayne pulled out his phone and began scrolling through notes. I spent most of the day asking around about Aubrey's dad. His name is Benjamin Frey. He's been spotted hanging out at the Sandman Sports Bar. Word is, he's affiliated with a biker gang. They're probably the only reason he hasn't been caught yet. Kevin crossed his arms, his expression serious. So, the smart move is to catch him alone, away from his crew. Wayne nodded. Exactly. The goal is to get in and out without drawing too much attention. I'd rather not end up in the hospital, or worse. Kevin smirked faintly. Maybe instead of screaming into a microphone, you should start training with me. Might come in handy. Wayne rolled his eyes. I'm no martial artist, but I can hold my own. Kevin raised an eyebrow. We'll see. After a bit of walking, they heard vehicles. The Sandman Sports Bar loomed ahead of them, its neon sign flickering above a crowded parking lot filled with motorcycles and beat-up cars. The faint sounds of laughter and music spilled out into the night, mixing with the occasional sharp burst of shouting. Kevin and Wayne crouched low, moving through the tree line that bordered the lot. So, what's the plan? Kevin asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Wayne adjusted his hoodie and pulled down his bandana. I'll go in, scope the place out, and see if Benjamin's there. He's wanted for a double homicide, and his biker buddies are the only ones keeping him safe. The best move is to catch him off guard. Kevin frowned. You sure about this? Wayne gave him a pointed look. Do you have a better idea? Kevin sighed. Just be careful. Wayne nodded and stepped out of the shadows, heading toward the bar. Kevin stayed behind, crouching near the woods as he watched his brother disappear through the entrance. I really hope this works, Kevin muttered. Inside, the bar was alive with chaos. Burly men in leather jackets crowded around tables, laughing and shouting as they clinked mugs of beer. A group of them played darts in the back, while others argued loudly over a hockey game on a flickering TV. Waitresses in tight outfits moved through the throng with practiced ease, balancing trays of drinks and greasy food. Two women were making out in a corner, drawing a few wolf whistles from the crowd. This is awesome, Wayne thought fleetingly before shaking himself. No time to ogle. Focus. He made his way to the bar, where a grizzled man with a salt and pepper beard was wiping down a glass. Sliding onto a stool, Wayne gave the bartender a casual nod. Hey, what's the strongest soda you've got? The bartender raised an eyebrow, pausing mid-swipe. How old are you, kid? Wayne hesitated. 4:20. The man snorted but grabbed a Sprite from the fridge behind him. 4:25. Wayne handed him a 5, then sipped the drink. The carbonation hit hard, making him cough slightly. He managed to compose himself. "What do you know about Benjamin Frey?" The bartender froze for a moment before resuming his work. "I don't talk about my clients." Wayne smirked. "You just admitted he's your client. Isn't he a patron of the bar, not just yours?" The man's expression hardened. "Listen, kid. If you value your life, you'll stop poking your nose where it doesn't belong." Wayne took another sip, his grin unfaltering. "Threatening me after outing yourself? That's suspicious as hell. Let me guess, you, Benjamin, and the biker gang have some kind of arrangement." The room grew quieter. Several men stopped what they were doing, their attention shifting toward Wayne. 2 burly men stood and began approaching him, their expressions dark. Before Wayne could react, they grabbed him by the arms and hauled him off the stool. "Yep," Wayne muttered under his breath as they dragged him toward the back door. "Definitely hit a nerve." From his hiding spot near the woods, Kevin watched as Wayne was dragged out of the bar by 2 large men. His heart pounded as he crept closer, sticking to the shadows. He searched for the right moment to strike, but the soft click of a gun's hammer cocking behind him froze him in place. Well, a voice drawled. Looks like the other one couldn't resist." Kevin turned slowly, his stomach sinking as he came face to face with a tall, pale man holding a pistol. Bloodshot eyes stared back at him, wild and unhinged. His scraggly red beard twitched as he grinned nervously. "You're one of those boys from earlier, aren't you?" the man said. His voice was shaky, but his grip on the gun was firm. "The one who cried over my wife and daughter." Benjamin Frey. Kevin's fists tightened at his sides as rage bubbled just beneath the surface. "You don't get it," Benjamin continued, his words slurring. "What I did, it wasn't murder. It was a sacrifice. I saved them from the demons, kid. You'll see." "Shut the fuck up!" Kevin roared, ripping off his hoodie and bandana. His glare was icy, his anger barely contained. "How dare you call yourself a hero after murdering your wife and daughter? You're nothing but a coward." Before Benjamin could respond, Kevin's fist connected with his nose. There was a sickening crack as blood sprayed, and Benjamin crumpled to the ground. Kevin stood over him, seething. Aubrey's life was just beginning. Her mother had so much ahead of her, and you took it all away. He didn't wait for an answer. He grabbed the fallen gun and sprinted toward the back of the bar. "Hold on, Wayne," he muttered. "I'm coming." He arrived just as Wayne landed a roundhouse kick to one man's head, sending him staggering backward. Another attacker rushed in, only to have a glass bottle shattered over his head by Wayne. A brief moment of triumph was cut short when a third man landed a punch to Wayne's face, knocking him back against the wall. Kevin rushed in, raising the pistol and aiming it at the remaining assailants. "Sorry I'm late," he said, stepping beside Wayne, who was wiping blood from his nose. "Next time, I'm bringing a dog. At least it knows when to bite," Wayne quipped, his voice thick with sarcasm. Kevin rolled his eyes. "Oh, shut up. Where's the gun you brought from home?" Wayne patted his pockets dramatically, glancing around. "I don't know. Maybe ask the fucking biker gang." His frustration bubbled over into a yell. Kevin sighed, rubbing the bridge of his nose. "You are really getting on my last nerve." Wayne just grunted in response, brushing the dust off his clothes. "Here, hold this." Kevin handed him the gun. "I'll check the other side of the building. If we call the cops, I want every one of these guys arrested." Kevin jogged around the corner while Wayne aimed the pistol at the group of remaining men, who now had their hands raised. Despite their surrender, Something about the scene didn't sit right with Wayne. His eyes narrowed as anger twisted in his chest. "You guys are so cruel," he muttered, his voice low. "You just take what you want and barely get punished. I bet most of you have been to prison already." One man opened his mouth to protest. Wayne cut him off with a shake of his head. "No, fuck the cops. I'll handle this my way." His hand trembled slightly as he tightened his grip on the pistol. Without hesitation, Wayne began firing, each shot precise. One by one, the men collapsed, lifeless. 5 gunshots echoed into the night, followed by an eerie silence. Wayne's heart pounded as he lowered the gun. A twisted mixture of adrenaline and guilt churned in his stomach. "I did it. I almost forgot how it feels." Seconds later, Kevin rounded the corner, a worried look plastered across his face. His eyes darted to the lifeless bodies scattered on the ground. "You okay? What happened?" Wayne's brief smile faded into seriousness. "They wouldn't listen, Kevin. I told them to stay back, but they tried to grab the gun. I did what I had to do." Kevin's gaze lingered on the bodies. His voice was quieter this time. "I hate that dead bodies are starting to feel normal to me." Wayne sighed, his shoulders slumping slightly. "I know the feeling. Let's go home." Kevin nodded, grabbing the pistol from Wayne for safekeeping. The brothers began walking away, the tension between them heavy. After a few steps, they heard a rustling sound coming from the woods. Instinctively, Kevin raised the pistol, while Wayne clenched his fists. Emerging from the shadows was Benjamin, or what was left of him. His movements were unnatural, his body jerking like a puppet on strings. His skin was pale, his eyes glowing an eerie green, and his nose was bent grotesquely to one side. Kevin's breath hitched as he froze in place. "What the hell is that?" Wayne whispered, his voice shaking. Benjamin gurgled, his mouth twisting into a horrifying semblance of a grin. His steps were slow but deliberate, as though savoring their fear. Wayne yelled at Kevin, his panic breaking through. "Shoot! Kevin, shoot him!" Kevin's hands trembled as he gripped the pistol. His heart thundered in his chest. "I've never even shot an animal," he thought, panic gripping him like a vice. The weight of morality and fear clashed within him, paralyzing him as Benjamin inched closer. Wayne tried to grab the gun from Kevin, but his brother's grip was like iron. "Kevin, snap out of it!" he shouted. Finally, Kevin's fear won. He pulled the trigger. Once, twice, each bullet struck Benjamin, his body flailing violently with every hit. Kevin emptied the clip, firing until the weapon clicked uselessly. He lowered the gun, gasping for air. But it wasn't over. Benjamin's body, riddled with bullet holes, continued moving forward. Blood dripped freely from his wounds, soaking his tattered clothes. His gurgles turned into an unsettling, raspy chuckle. "What the hell are you?" Wayne demanded, his voice cracking. Benjamin stopped a few feet away. His green eyes glowed brighter as a deep, guttural voice escaped his lips. "I am far beyond your comprehension, boy. Just know that you two have meddled with my plans for far too long. Die." With a sudden, unnatural motion, Benjamin raised his hands and unleashed an invisible force. Wayne and Kevin were hurled backward, slamming into the brick wall behind them. Kevin screamed as his arm snapped with a sickening crack. Wayne hit the ground hard, his vision fading into darkness. Kevin groaned, cradling his broken arm. Pain radiated up to his shoulder with every shallow breath. "I think my arm's broken," he rasped. Wayne stirred, his head throbbing as he regained consciousness. He looked up to see Benjamin standing over them, his body glowing faintly green. With a sneer, Benjamin raised his hand, a pulsing energy forming in his palm. "This will end you pathetic humans," Benjamin growled, his voice like grinding metal. Kevin and Wayne shut their eyes, bracing themselves for the final blow. But nothing came. Instead, the sensation of weightlessness washed over them. Cautiously, they opened their eyes and gasped. They were floating in a blue, endless expanse. "Whoa," Wayne muttered, spinning slowly to take in the strange environment. "Where are we?" A regal voice echoed through the space. "You are in the realm of spirits." Kevin frowned. "The what?" "The realm of spirits," the voice continued, calm yet commanding. "A plane of existence that coexists with Earth. Only spirits, demons, and other ethereal beings inhabit this place. Some call it the blue space." "What do you want with us?" Wayne asked, his voice wary. Another voice, softer yet playful, joined the first. "You two have upset the balance of energy that separates our realms. That disruption has allowed certain spirits to escape. And now, the time for battle is here." "Battle? With who?" Kevin asked, his tone sharp with disbelief. The second voice manifested as a glowing blue orb, shimmering in the void. "Jew, the oldest and most powerful spirit, has escaped. If he isn't stopped, your world as you know it will cease to exist." Kevin and Wayne exchanged uneasy glances. "And how are we supposed to stop him?" Kevin asked. The orb pulsed with light. "By accepting us. I am Waiton. If you accept me as your spirit, I will grant you the power to fight. But be warned, when your purpose is fulfilled, your physical form will cease to exist. Refuse, and you'll likely die at the hands of the demon who broke your arm." Kevin's eyes widened. "Wow, no pressure or anything," he muttered. "So it's either join you and die later, or die now." The orb brightened cheerfully. "Exactly." Kevin sighed heavily. "I guess I don't have much of a choice. I accept." Wayne nodded grimly. "Me too." The second orb, darker and more subdued, appeared beside the blue one. "It looks like we chose well, Waiton," it said. "I am Samasu, and together we will bring balance back to this world." The orbs drifted toward the brothers. As they touched Kevin's and Wayne's hands, a kaleidoscope of colors exploded around them. Kevin's broken arm healed instantly, the pain disappearing in a rush of warmth. Power coursed through their veins as the blue space dissolved into darkness. Wayne woke with a jolt, the blaring sound of his alarm pulling him from the void. He stared at his hands, flexing his fingers as if to confirm he was real. "Was it all a dream?" he whispered. He rushed to the living room and turned on the TV. The morning news anchor's voice filled the room. "This is Greg Heinrich, reporting live from Sandman Sports Bar in downtown Nixton, where a massacre occurred last night. 29 victims were found dead, including Benjamin Frey, the suspect in yesterday's double homicide." Wayne turned off the TV and bolted to Kevin's room. He found his brother sprawled upside down on the bed, snoring softly. "Wake up, Kevin!" Wayne shook him. "Wake up!" Kevin blinked groggily. "Huh? Did you have a weird dream last night?" Wayne asked urgently. Kevin sat up, yawning. Yeah, but I doubt." His gaze fell on Mr. Tucker sitting on his shelf. His eyes widened as memories rushed back, vivid and undeniable. Quickly, he reached beside his bed and popped 2 white pills before continuing. "Yo, what do we do?" Kevin asked, his voice trembling. Wayne froze, his expression shifting to one of eerie detachment. His eyes scanned the room curiously, like an animal exploring unfamiliar territory. Then his eyes went all black. He turned to Kevin with an ominous air to him.